Hi everyone. In step 4, I will show you how to create your mockup templates. I know that up to this point, the process might seem complicated and meaningless, but after this final step, we will cover how to submit a listing to Etsy. In fact, I will explain in detail how to prepare listings for different product groups in a separate playlist. First of all, you cannot find ready-made mockups on Gainsy. You must use mockups that are entirely specific to your store. You can purchase these from Etsy or another platform. You can use the mockups you purchased or your own photos within Gainsy. I will explain the necessary precautions in detail. As I said again, after this step, the listing creation phase will follow. You will only create what I explained in the first 4 steps once, and we will use this area many times. There will be no need to create it repeatedly. Of course, if you need to make changes, you can go back to these steps and make your edits. Let's get started. To create a mockup template, you must first prepare the mockups you will submit to Etsy. You can use Photoshop or another similar application for this. Etsy requires a minimum image size of 2000 by 2000 pixels. You should create your images as square images. Etsy recommended this in previous years. Recently, it's also recommended to perform an initial image adjustment to display square images in a different area. At this stage, I choose slightly distant images and adjust the initial image before publishing the listing. Of course, the choice is yours. We add the images we have prepared one by one by clicking on the Add Mockup section and add a design area on them. We adjust the position and size of the design area. Immediately below the image, there are Set 1, Set 2, and Set 3 areas. I will explain these later. For now, it's necessary to explain the normal Etsy mock-up process. Below the sets, there are black design and white design areas. These areas show your design color. For example, you may need to add a black design to a white sweatshirt. Therefore, you should make sure that black design is selected. To ensure the design is positioned correctly, please test it by adding a design. Upload the design to the test section below the black design and white design areas. If the design looks right to you, the design area section is complete. Let's look at the other areas: design areas, text areas, logo areas, and upload areas. Now, the text area section can be used for adding content. You might need to write text when simply showing a product feature isn't enough. We're adding the text areas section. Again, there's an area below the image where you can edit. You can choose a font, adjust the size of the text. You can adjust where the text should appear on the canvas using drag and drop. For the logo areas section, you first need your store logo in the store image area. Before that, if you don't have one, add your logo to the store image area. Then, when you click on the logo area, you need to determine where to add the logo and what its size should be. After determining this, press the same button again and select the logo you added to the store image. Finally, the upload area. This area is used to add a layered image at the top for some products. For example, if you have a digital store and need to add a watermark just above the designs, we use this area. Now we move on to saving our mockup template. In the upper right section, we give our template a name. The area below it is the store selection area. We select which store will use this mockup. Finally, we create a new template folder in the template folder section and save it. After this, the mockups we add can be placed in this folder. That's it. Now you have a mockup template folder and at least one mockup in it. Great. In addition to this step, I want to show you a small area. Favorite template selection. In this area, I want you to select your favorite templates, meaning the ones you use most frequently. After making these selections, you can automatically call up your favorite templates by simply selecting a store. I'm a little excited. I've completed all the steps. Now we're moving on to the listing creation section. As I said, this stage will be very brief, but it will give you great ideas. I will explain how to use Gainsy with different products in more detail later. Let's create a product. Drop-down menu, click Create Listing. A great area appears that meets all your needs and is very easy to use. This includes an area where you can upload designs, add titles and tags. Below, there's an area where you can select your templates. Now you can add black and white design separately to the design area or a color design. When you add a black design, it will apply mockups to the light-colored products you set for black design. When you add a white design, it will apply mockups to the dark-colored products. And when you add a color design, it will apply the added design to all products. Below the design adding area, there's a percentage-based area where you can reduce the size of your design. You may need to use this in some situations. Let's add it. Let's add a title. Let's add tags. Below, we will select a store. If you have selected a favorite template, the other fields will automatically fill according to your store selection. However, if you need to choose another template, you can change it from the drop-down menus. Below this entire area, clicking the Add Design button allows you to create more designs. You can create up to 30 products. This is also useful if you are managing multiple stores. This is a very important feature. You can upload products to different stores simultaneously. I think it's worth mentioning that all these processes are done using the Etsy API. It has completely clean content. It will not harm your store in any way. Everything is legal. No need to worry. Let's summarize what we have been able to do so far. 1. We made our store connection and gave the necessary permissions. 2. We tried to explain the product menu, saw how to pull products into Gainsy, and saw how to create updates and templates from the list we pulled. 3. We created a listing template. 4. We understood how to upload images to the store image section. 5. We explained how to create a mock-up template. I will include example works in the following video. See you again. Thank you. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to us.